$1,000. So close. You're all great players. Thank you very much for coming in. Lovely to meet you all. We'll see you next time right here on The Chase.
Tonight, stunning new evidence against the Bondi Beach gunmen. Photos and videos from the moment they left their house, how they allegedly planned and trained for their deadly attack. The surviving gunman, Naveed Akram, moved from hospital under tight security. Right now, he's in Long Bay Jail. State Parliament unites in grief to consider the toughest gun laws in the country.
We can't pretend that the world is the same as it was.
But not everyone's on board. Collecting the tributes and clearing the flowers from the Bondi Memorial.
Pay our respects. It's heartbreaking.
And still, they keep coming. The Prime Minister booed and abused by Sydney's Jewish community.
As Prime Minister, I feel the weight of responsibility.
As he defends his response to the shooting. And the GOAT, Nathan Lyon, gone for the summer, but his celebrating teammates refuse to write him off.
This is 7 News with Angie Asimus.
Good evening. There's stunning new evidence tonight against the father and son gunmen blamed for the Bondi Beach massacre, which claimed 15 innocent lives. Photos and videos allegedly showing them rehearsing and training for the attack and even scoping out the infamous bridge in the days before the shooting. There are images of them leaving home, travelling to Bondi, even the bomb they had in the boot of their car and 2 they threw into the crowd. We also see them allegedly training in a paddock, fine-tuning their deadly skills. It came as the younger shooter was declared well enough to be transferred from his hospital bed to prison.
Naveed Akram on the move for the first time since allegedly carrying out Australia's worst terror attack. A convoy of corrective services and heavily armed police transport the 24-year-old from Royal North Shore Hospital to Long Bay Jail, a prison hospital where he'll get treatment after being shot in the abdomen. At the same time as his transfer, chilling new details alleged by the police about the massacre released by the courts. Just 2 nights before the shooting, a cold-blooded reconnaissance mission at the now infamous Bondi Beach footbridge. The photo revealed today in the police facts, a 41-page document crystallising so much evil. The list of victims, dead and alive in small-size font, is itself a page and a half. In the 59 charges for Naveed Akram, police outline maximum prison time, pushing for 16 life sentences and hundreds of years more for murder, attempted murder and terror offences. There are photos too, illuminating the father and son's movements in the days, weeks and months leading up to last Sunday's attack. Police establishing ideological motivation as early as October. Sajid and Naveed filming themselves practicing with firearms in a paddock believed to be country New South Wales. Then, just 2 days before the attack, police recovered security video of the pair scoping out the Bondi site. Under the cover of darkness, they walked the footbridge overlooking Archer Park, a trip they made from the Campsie Airbnb, which they'd been renting for the past 2 months. Then, in the early hours of Sunday morning, they're pictured loading their Hyundai with items in blankets. Police say these are the weapons they used: 2 shotguns, a rifle, 4 homemade bombs and 2 Islamic State flags. Police have retraced their steps. Just after 5 p.m. on Sunday, December 14, they left Campsie, driving along Oxford Street near Centennial Park, straight past the site where multiple victims were given funerals last week, stopping just around the corner on Ocean Street to check their cargo. Before doing a U-turn, they drove along Sid Einfeld Drive, down Old South Head Road, and finally to Campbell Parade. Before the shooting even started, police suspect they tossed 3 small bombs at the Hanukkah crowd. Miraculously, they didn't detonate. Investigators say they were homemade and full of black powder and ball bearings. There was another, even bigger bomb found among pizza boxes in the car, neutralised that night by the bomb squad. Police also recovering their 2 phones from the car. Then, at their home in Bonnyrigg, police recovered 2 more phones, a homemade firearm, a longbow bow with 12 arrows and a copy of the Quran with passages highlighted. At the Campsie Airbnb, police found more guns, bombs, ammunition and firearm parts and more copies of the Quran. At 8 a.m. last Wednesday, not long after waking from a coma, Naveed Akram contacted a lawyer appointed by Legal Aid, barrister Ken Buckman, who told him to decline a police interview. He was charged not long after.
Tom Saker joins me now. Tom, this police investigation's moving very quickly.
It certainly is, Angie. Commissioner Mal Lanyon wants us to know just how fast detectives are working to gather evidence. They're trying to show us they're on the front foot. Usually, media and the public aren't granted access to police facts until after a plea has been entered, but we're still months from that. The decision to release the facts took several hours today, with Deputy Chief Magistrate Michael Antrim ultimately ruling in favour of open justice. It is worth noting some of the evidence remains suppressed, including many of the surviving victims' names as well as names of children to preserve their safety. One glaring omission, though, the gunman's recent trip to the Philippines. There is no mention of that in the facts. It's only been a week and police have managed to track the Akrams for at least 2.5 months all over Sydney. And Angie, this is just the start.
No doubt about that. Thank you, Tom. And gunman Naveed Akram is about to spend his first night in Long Bay Jail. Clementine Cuneo is there. Clem, why Long Bay?
Yeah, Angie, Long Bay is an interesting choice. Now, what we can tell you is that there was speculation he may have been taken to Goulburn Supermax or even to Silverwater. But in the end, he's ended up here, and that's because this hospital has a high secure mental health facility and hospital on site. The 24-year-old is still being treated for 3 gunshot wounds, and his mental health is being monitored as well. He'll be among some high-profile company here. Other inmates include double murderer Bo Lamar Condon, but Akram will be segregated given his notoriety and the terror charges against him. Now, Angie, the last time we saw a police escort of a prisoner under such extreme security as the one today was back in 2019 when backpacker killer Ivan Milat was moved here from the Prince of Wales Hospital.
Clementine, thank you. The Bondi attack has triggered proposed new gun and protest laws now being debated in a special session of State Parliament. The Premier says it's for our protection, but opponents say they strip away rights.
On our streets, demonstration is already being policed.
Whilst it's not offensive, in this current climate, there are concerns.
Let's go and have a look at the song.
It says we're sick of terrorism and those who support it.
Which word on there?
In the current climate, that will give people an opportunity to damage, destroy property.
Parliament recalled today.
Extraordinary circumstances.
An emergency sitting.
Today, at the end of Hanukkah, we've returned to this House of Parliament to acknowledge in one unanimous voice
pushing through changes to terrorism and gun laws.
I know that this legislative change will be met with opposition.
Chief among opponents, pro-Palestinian protesters claiming they're being targeted.
Dishonest political actors trying to outrageously exploit the tragic events of Bondi, and we are going to need to keep mobilising.
We asked what's being done to limit fear in the Jewish and broader community.
Excuse me, we have condemned anti-Semitism.
Are there any more
Let's have an actual question.
We just want to know what changes you're proposing.
Ratcheting up the pressure, ratcheting up the rhetoric and the language can unleash forces that you can't control.
Under the proposed laws, public assemblies can be banned for up to 3 months after a terrorist incident, and protesters' face coverings can be removed. Unconstitutional, according to some.
Some of the most draconian, authoritarian, anti-protest laws this country has ever seen.
Liberals arguing changes should go further.
Because hate and extremism will come for all of us if we don't fix this.
Meanwhile, gun owners will be limited to 4 firearms, but farmers and shooters can have 10. With licences renewed every 2 years instead of 5, farmers up in arms.
Does Premier Minns want wild pigs running down the streets, attacking people, heaven forbid, maiming or killing them?
All a distraction, they argue.
We're supposed to be the gold standard of gun laws around the world, and they didn't enforce them.
Questions to be confronted.
How could this have slipped through the cracks?
I don't know. I'd give anything to go back.
Well, for more, let's go live to Serena Angeloro. Serena, what happens next?
Well, Angie, these changes are expected to pass the lower house of Parliament very late tonight and will be debated in the upper house tomorrow. Hate speech reforms are not included. They've been pushed to an inquiry which will report back in the new year. As for the enormous number of guns in our community, 7 News previously revealed some licensed Sydney owners have hundreds of firearms. They will be bought back by the government. There's a $300 million pool of money for a buyback program, which will start as soon as possible. But critics say that pool of money is not nearly enough.
Serena, thank you. The flowers and tributes have been removed from Bondi Beach, but the memories and sadness remain. Attention is now turning to finding a permanent and adequate way to honour the 15 lives taken.
Cleansing the Bondi Beach Pavilion, Waverley Council up before the sun, taking the thousands of cards, toys and floral tributes with them. Now the Jewish community looks to pick up the pieces. Tributes finding a new home at the Historical Society and Sydney Jewish Museum.
And then the flowers are going to be dried out and used for an art installation.
The impact of Sunday's shooting also felt by the Melbourne-based artist tasked with that project, Nina Senendez. Her gallery temporarily closing its doors the day after the attack due to safety concerns, thanking supporters for their messages of solidarity. People refusing to forget. This group of tourists, one day late, but laying flowers anyway. Council letting them do it.
I'm Jewish. This has reverberated all over the world.
It's ready to pay our respects.
Tributes still popping up in Archer Park, a candle and a heart.
I come from Melbourne. For me, it's an opportunity to pray.
Now the conversation moves to what to do with Archer Park, the site of the attack itself, and specifically the bridge where the two gunmen committed their atrocities. And opinions on what this spot looks like moving forward are mixed.
It's controversial. There's probably not a right answer to that.
After the Lint Cafe siege in 2014, tribute flowers were permanently laid inside the Martin Place Square.
And on the one hand, it's good to have, the bridge there as it is to show what happened. On the other hand, it may also be triggering to the locals and to the survivors.
Beach-bound crowds walk that bridge every day.
The design is now written into history, and I think it's time that they at some point get removed.
Personally, I think it would be quite appropriate to have a menorah installed permanently here.
Those conversations now taking place with the local Jewish community.
A permanent place where people could come and reflect and then take upon themselves a good deed. In Judaism, we call it a mitzvah.
Rex Quayle, 7 News.
20,000 people returned to Bondi Beach 1 week on to pay their respects in an extraordinary display of unity. Leaders joining survivors, victims' families and locals at the scene of Sunday's bloodshed, where tears and tributes replaced hatred. Last night there was a lot of love as communities look to heal.
A place marred by violence, now reclaimed by unity.
It was beautiful to see the whole community come together, people of all faiths.
Strength in numbers as Bondi Beach heals slowly.
We grieve and we move on and we bring peace to the world.
That's Australia, we show up for each other.
Around 20,000 people at this vigil a week on from the massacre.
Because we, the Jewish people, are unbreakable. Resilience is in our veins.
Underscored by a soundtrack of remembrance. The tribute to the youngest victim, Matilda, her parents, Valentina and Michael, hand in hand, embracing one another. So many holding on to her memory.
A beautiful, spirited 10-year-old child who brought light wherever she went.
Rabbi Ullman sharing lessons from the 15 lives lost.
Boris Gurman, who bravely attacked and tackled a gunman to protect others. Let us find courage to speak up. Alex Klaitman, a Holocaust survivor who died shielding his wife. Let us put the safety and dignity of others before our own comfort. Reuven Morrison, who fought back with courage determination, and faith. Rabbi Eli Schlanger, who treated every human being as precious, whether a prisoner or prime minister.
Watched on by dignitaries and officials in the front row and those from the front line. But the guest unwelcome by many.
The Prime Minister of Australia, Anthony Albanese.
Booed and heckled.
Blood on your hands! Blood on your hands!
Chris Minns met with a standing ovation.
While the attack was undoubtedly targeted at Jewish people peacefully celebrating a religious festival, for every other Australian, the shock and the pain we feel is as if a member of our own family has been taken.
Attention turning to the future. Jewish leaders say the battle now is to stamp out anti-Semitism. While there is still so much deep grief and pain, many hope this can become a turning point for change.
May the light of the Jewish community and the light of our amazing city and country shine brighter than ever before.
Angelique OP 7 News.
Thousands also gathered on Manly Beach last night, standing in solidarity with Bondi in a moving community vigil, traditional Jewish songs ringing out across the sand. The sails of the Opera House were also lit up with the image of a single flickering candle. Frenchman Dan Elkayem, another victim of the Bondi massacre, was farewell today. Mourners gathered in Sydney's east to honour the young engineer who loved travel and soccer and was dedicated to his faith. The rabbi sharing a message to the evil forces that took his life.
We are hurt, but we are not broken. We're not going to let Dan's murder go by and just hurt us. His murder is going to be a catalyst for so much good that you can't imagine.
The 27-year-old will be remembered as a holy martyr killed just for being Jewish. Two of Anthony Albanese's backbenchers have broken ranks to demand a Commonwealth Royal Commission into the Bondi terror attack. The Prime Minister claims he's not walking away from scrutiny as his popularity slides in the polls.
Anthony Albanese greeted by boos and jeers. The Jewish community mourning at Bondi Beach last night, some frustrated with the Prime Minister.
Emotions were raw and a lot of people in the community are hurting and angry. And some of that anger was directed towards me, and I understand that.
Today, apologising.
I'm sorry for what the Jewish community and our nation as a whole has experienced.
But still ignoring calls from community leaders.
That we need a Royal Commission which goes beyond New South Wales to get to the bottom of how this catastrophe took place.
A wide-ranging Commonwealth Royal Commission is supported by the Coalition.
This is about truth, accountability and keeping Australians safe.
The Prime Minister has failed. He has failed Australia.
Independents.
It doesn't matter if the answers are uncomfortable. We owe it to these people.
And now two Labor MPs. Dr Mike Freelander says there are national issues, so the national government needs to be the one dealing with it.
If you're not going to listen to us, listen to Mike Freelander, your very own Jewish backbencher from Western Sydney, who has the moral fortitude that you do not.
From a former High Court Chief Justice, the events at Bondi Beach require a whole-of-Australia response which transcends politics and by its very independence generates a powerful force for change.
The Royal Commission would involve public hearings and won't be run out of your department. Are you running from scrutiny by not holding one?
No. Thank you.
A new poll shows 46% of voters believe the government's response has been weak, the Prime Minister's likeability falling from +9 to -5. Anthony Albanese is sticking with a snap review of law enforcement and security agencies. It'll be run out of his department. The Prime Minister also committing to new laws in the new year, cracking down on guns, hate speech and visas. Josh Martin, 7 News.
It is time to check the weather now. Paul Caddock. Paul, it was another uncomfortable night.
Angie, it was a little stifling. Hopefully the aircon was working where you were. Around midnight, it felt like 30 degrees. The day starting with cloud cover across much of Sydney, clearing to big patches of blue after lunch, with fresh southeasterlies kicking in this afternoon. The city reaching a top of 32 degrees just before 2:30, getting to 34 degrees in the west around 4:30. Thunderstorms have been breaking out late today around Cessnock and Newcastle, also near Port Macquarie and Coffs Harbour. Bellingen saw 48 mils of rain in 30 minutes. Tonight, Sydney's getting down to the high teens, 20 degrees in some places, but much more comfortable than last night with the chance of a light shower. Angie, I'll be back soon with all the details for your Christmas week ahead.
We'll see you then. Thank you, Paul. Patrons pinned and sent flying next to car crashes through a pub's beer garden, and it is chaos. Going public, the date set for the state's takeover of a trouble-plagued Northern Beaches hospital. From rail to roads, warnings of big delays on Sydney's busiest routes this Christmas. The new car we've been told not to travel in, it's simply too unsafe. Plus, the South West Sydney family helping holiday magic grow.
I was never born a confident human, something that I'm fighting.
This is your time. Don't put too much pressure on yourself, just breathe.
I know deep down I can be the next Australian Idol. I've got something unique and I'm ready for the world to see it. Okay.
So good. It's not about showing people anything except what you can do. You do it for you. I'm proud of you.
Movement that inspires.
At Aware Super, we love to perform. In fact, we're top 3 for super returns at 9.7% per annum over 15 years. Now that's super helpful. Join Aware Super today.
Big time last minute preparation fella here. So that's why Bunnings is always handy. You're able to come in after work, pick up what you need, shoot off back home and you're ready to go. Christmas covered, Christmas all wrapped up.
Marquee 30-litre ice bucket, only $24.98. Lifetime 6-foot bifold trestle table, $67. Jumbuck pack of 20 foil trays, just $12.98.
We're open late for last minute essentials.
Bunnings Warehouse.
Lowest prices are just the beginning.
Hard work keeping flies off the menu? Try Aeroguard's new UV light trap. Its clever design attracts and traps flying insects 24/7 and is chemical pesticide free. That means less swatting and more living. Trust Aeroguard. Beat pests, protect the rest.
Mum and Dad and potty training a toddler and begging and pleading and promising rewards and success. Kinda.
The kid's playing in his room. I'll take that reward now.
M&M's. It's more fun together.
How good's Christmas morning?
Oh my God. Join.
How good's that?
Boating, camping, fishing is BCF and fun. Exactly what that means will change for everyone. Bus stop's fun, powered sites fun, worries none. Boating, camping, fishing is BCF and fun. Hey!
There's been chaos as well as mass casualties at a Central Tablelands pub. A car running off the road and into the beer garden at Capertee north of Lithgow. 7 patrons were injured when the Holden Barina slammed into them around 5:30 yesterday afternoon. 3 were taken to hospital, including a man and a woman, airlifted to Sydney with serious injuries.
It was quite chaotic sorting out who was injured in the first instances.
The 30-year-old driver was uninjured. He's been charged with multiple offences, including negligent driving, occasioning grievous bodily harm. His licence has been suspended. Police are still hunting a driver who mowed down a cyclist in Mossman, leaving him for dead. The rider, aged in his 60s, was struck on Spit Road early yesterday morning. He suffered critical injuries. Police believe the driver was in a red car. Anyone with information should contact Crime Stoppers. More tension today between Washington and Caracas as America's military tries to choke off Venezuela's oil exports. The American Coast Guard targeting a third sanction-busting oil tanker.
The chase was on today with the US Coast Guard adopting familiar tactics, putting American boots on board tankers carrying illegal oil. The second tanker to be targeted this weekend and the third in a week. The US Coast Guard says it was flying a false flag and is part of the global shadow fleet that transports oil from sanctioned countries. Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro calls the American action piracy. Washington says Maduro profits from the trade in the same way he does from drugs.
It's a lifeline both for the Venezuelan regime, because Maduro uses it to pay for the security forces and all the people who help him stay in power.
Shooting alleged drug boats out of the water and killing the occupants has so far failed to move Maduro. President Donald Trump has other options available to him. Dozens of ships, hundreds of aircraft and thousands of soldiers and Marines stationed in the Caribbean waiting for the order to go. President Trump has not ruled out giving it.
The majority of the population feels really nervous. The economic situation has been worsening in the last recent months.
It seems the longer their president holds on, the more pain they will endure. In the United States, Jeff Parry, 7 News.
The deal has finally been done and the date set for the troubled Northern Beaches Hospital to be put under public ownership. The state government has reached an agreement with the private operator Healthscope and its receivers, and the transfer should formally happen in April. The cost to taxpayers, about $190 million. The hospital was plunged into crisis 15 months ago after the death of little Joe Massa exposed systematic failures in patient care. Sydney commuters and drivers have been warned about major disruptions over the holidays on our roads and the rail network. The biggest delays will be on the Warringah Freeway upgrade, where work will ramp up between Boxing Day and Australia Day to take advantage of the lighter Christmas traffic. Crews are expected to work around the clock.
Saving 56 weekends of work we'd do otherwise with closures, this allows us to move forward with the project.
On the trains, buses will operate out of Parramatta Station from Boxing Day until the 28th, and the metro will be closed from the 27th to the 30th. To keep up, all the details are on the Transport for New South Wales website or at livetraffic.com. Shareholders have overwhelmingly approved the merging of Channel 7's owners, Seven West Media, with radio operator Southern Cross Austereo during a meeting this morning. It'll pave the way for a brand new media company forecasting nearly $2 billion annual revenue.
I'm a big believer in scale for the Australian media sector, and having two great Australian companies coming together to be able to enhance the storytelling that we do.
Viewers and listeners will notice changes from Boxing Day as 7 and Triple M broadcast the fourth Ashes test from the MCG. New car safety fail. Next, the family vehicle passengers should not set foot in. Police with semi-automatic rifles at the MCG, a Boxing Day test like no other. Giving life, a major thank you to Aussie blood donors and an important message. Jessie J, Stephen Fry and Paddington Bear put on a royal show.
And ahead in sport, the Panthers spread the Christmas cheer with a touching visit in our West.
I need to get in there.
Both my daughters are on it.
Miss me?
Oh, you wish.
Home and Away is back Jan 19.
Cheer natural cheese slices always taste fantastic. Now in refill packs with 80% less plastic. Pop them in a pack, a tub, a toasty. Bring a little cheer for the taste we love the mosty. Bring a little refillable cheer home today.
At Woolworths, we've got fresh seasonal picks for a merry cherry Christmas. Like our ripe and juicy hand-picked Aussie cherries. Now a great fresh special for just $15 a kilo. Shop in-store or online now at Woolworths, the fresh food people.
Did you put the bins out?
Lucky you're with Amy.
Security alert from Combank. Maybe someone's trying to scam us. Felt easy?
I felt that.
Oh, my legs ache. And I've tried everything, Georgie. Painkillers, gels.
Haven't you tried Revitive? Revitive is drug-free, gives long-lasting relief from pain and cramps, and reduces swelling. Get the perfect gift with Revitive.
The world's greatest stories aren't enjoyed alone. They're watched together.
You want my advice? Trust no one.
That's funny.
Ready, set, start your engine.
We'll see how tough you are.
Challenge accepted.
This summer, let's watch it all on Stan.
Why is there a big hole in the turkey?
I guess that's just how they come now.
Get more than your fill with a fresh Australian whole RSPCA approved turkey, only $8.99 per kilo. Go on, it's Christmas. Aldi, good different.
Specialist police armed with semi-automatic rifles will patrol this year's Boxing Day test at Melbourne's MCG. Victoria's Chief Commissioner says the Bondi massacre has influenced the extra security measures, but there's no specific threats to the cricket blockbuster. Local police hinted snipers are likely to show up at more events over summer. Lifeblood is urging people to keep donating blood and plasma in the wake of the Bondi tragedy. 50,000 donors rolled up their sleeves and 120,000 made bookings in the past week.
Certainly the trauma on the day did deplete our stocks, and the blood we've collected since has replenished those. That's an incredible show of solidarity and shows the power of humanity in this country.
The message from Lifeblood now: if you've booked an appointment, please show up. It was quite the scene in Guildford overnight when a P-plate driver lost control of his Mercedes, crashing through a fence, slamming into parked cars and bringing down a tree. It happened around midnight on Woodville Road. No one was injured, but the residents have been left with a significant clean-up. One of Australia's newest SUVs is the subject of a damning safety report after crash tests revealed alarming flaws. ANCAP has rated the Suzuki Fronx so unsafe, passengers shouldn't get in.
Branded by Suzuki the perfect car, but to inspectors the Fronx is a safety shonk.
The Fronx did score 1 star in our rating system.
ANCAP putting the mid-sized SUV through a range of crash tests.
This vehicle has not performed well in any of those tests.
It found poor protection for child passengers, excessive chest and neck pressure during head-on collisions, and a rare seatbelt failure which left the dummy unrestrained and headbutting the front seat.
We would advise not to put passengers in the rear seats. So the back seat should not be used.
The bad ANCAP rating puts the brakes on the new hybrid, which only arrived on Australian shores 4 months ago.
In 2025, a 1-star ANCAP safety rating, it's a major red flag for most buyers.
Suzuki says it's launched a thorough and disciplined investigation and will take any actions required to uphold safety standards.
They're also asking themselves, do we issue a recall? Do we put a stop sell on the car?
More than 2,000 Franks SUVs have been sold across Australia and New Zealand. The independent safety body is demanding Suzuki identify all the affected cars and fix the issues urgently.
We are awaiting Suzuki's advice as to how widespread the issue might be.
In a market where safety sells, this is one major roadblock on the showroom floor. Garth Burley, 7 News.
A new plan aimed at lowering energy prices has been announced by the Albanese government. Exporters will be required to reserve 15 to 25% of gas production for the domestic market. The government says secure and affordable gas is key for the economy.
Not allowing gas exports into the future unless the government is satisfied that domestic demand is catered for first.
The scheme begins in 2027 and only applies to new contracts. Well, days out from Christmas and Santa's a busy man. He's been spotted scuba diving in Florida and in Croatia, bringing some underwater festive cheer. He's also navigated the Amazon River in Brazil, stocked with gifts. In Guatemala, he rappelled 70 metres down a bridge with presents for struggling families. 1,400 homes, a university and a metro station next. Our newest city in Sydney's southwest taking shape. See the billion-dollar plans. Striking a chord, the pop star performance that hit home with Princess Kate. Nothing but smiles here, a tractor ride on southwest Sydney's most festive farm.
And soon in sport, the Aussies arrive in Melbourne as a bolter firms for a Boxing Day comeback.
This Christmas Eve, it might even snow.
I can feel something dripping on me.
Anthony has got something dripping on him from above. Oh, Pete, I've told you, if you can't hold it, go before.
The 1% Club UK, Christmas Eve on 7.
We don't like to show off.
We should never be so vulgar as to make a fuss.
But BritBox has gotten bigger.
What?
Better.
No way.
And prettier than ever.
You can't be serious.
That's impossible.
More new exclusive mysteries, dramas, documentaries, and comedies.
Remarkable.
More ways to watch.
No big deal.
More of your favourites, streaming before anywhere else.
Isn't it amazing? Duh, yes.
But let's not make a scene, shall we? BritBox, the ultimate collection of British telly. Always better, now bigger.
At Spotlight's Christmas bargain sale, VIP save 40% off cushions and throws. VIP save 40 to 50% off rugs, runners and mats. And VIP save 50% off platinum roller blinds. All backed by our bargain guarantee. Sale on now. At Spotlight, it's what you make it.
Rosie's bringing the roller boogie. Brian's bringing the dad fun. What are you bringing?
I brought the Cadbury favourites.
Bring it with Cadbury favourites.
For whatever the occasion, it's scratchy time with instant scratches.
It's scratchy time.
Get your BCF and Chrissy gifting sorted with Epic Outdoor Gear. You'll be covered with this cool Cabana's 2-metre beach shelter. Only $189. Check that off. Gift guide out now.
BCF and fun, hey!
Just outside your comfort zone is where you'll find adventure. It's where your heart beats a little faster, your perspective shifts a little wider, and you feel more alive than anywhere else. You can go your own way. The best part, though? Adventure is everywhere. Go find yours in the Isuzu D-Max.
Go your own way.
At Woolworths, we've got the best Australian catch for your Christmas spread, like our fresh caught delicious extra large Aussie cooked tiger prawns. Now a great weekly special for just $33 a kilo, save $7 a kilo. Shop in store or online now at Woolworths, the fresh food people.
Go! I don't know why anyone comes here, it's just so quiet.
Quiet your mind mouth with extra gum. Chew you good.
Hello. Drone Shield's value plunged 70% last month when its CEO and 2 directors suddenly dumped millions of dollars worth of shares. Investors, understandably, were furious. The company has now introduced a new rule forcing all directors and management to hold shares equal to their base pay. In the CEO's case, twice their salary. Christmas has come early for Elon Musk, a US judge reversing an earlier court order that blocked a hefty pay package from Tesla. The ruling puts an extra $210 billion in his pocket. Gold's extraordinary run in 2025 isn't done yet. The precious metal setting another record overnight, driven by expectations of more rate cuts in the US in 2026. Gold stocks helped push the ASX higher today. Furniture retailer Nick Scali reported strong revenue growth. The Aussie dollar buying 66 US cents.
Slowly but surely, Bradfield City is taking shape around Western Sydney Airport. The state government today announcing a $1 billion deal for development and investment company Plenary to deliver the area's first super lot. It will include 1,400 homes, a hotel, university, shops and restaurants. 10% of the new properties will be dedicated to affordable housing. Development applications and concept plans will be lodged next year. If you haven't finished your online Christmas shopping, there is hope. Amazon Prime members can still get their gifts under the tree, but you have to order today. If you don't have a subscription, you can still make it if you pay a little extra for delivery. Most cut-off dates have passed for Australia Post, but if you send a gift to someone in New South Wales today, they say it will make it in time. The Royals are rarely upstaged, but a bear may have just done it. Paddington Bear taking to the stage as millions of Brits joined in the world's longest-running entertainment show. The Royal Variety Performance, bringing together pop stars across multiple generations too.
Beamed into Britain's living rooms, a national icon. No, not the guests of honour, but Paddington Bear performing numbers from his new West End musical.
Street you walk on is paved with golden marmalade.
An adoring Royal Albert Hall treated to more than one animal-centred act, as well as a lesson in etiquette from Lady Bracknell, bearing a striking resemblance to Stephen Fry.
In the 35 years that I've been alive, all right, Daniel, for 38 years, I have witnessed a distressing degradation in public decorum.
The UK's pop stars and rock stars proving why audiences keep tuning in more than a century after its inception. This year, raising money for mental health charities.
Do they know it's Christmas time at all?
Of all the performances, it was Jessie J's return to the stage after breast cancer treatment.
I wish you knew why.
That struck a particular chord with Princess Kate, praising it as very moving. Before a 400-performer-strong cast of Les Mis finished with the music of the people. In London, Ben Downey, 7 News.
Still to come in Sydney's 7 News, the Southwest Sydney farm where the smell of Christmas is always in the air. And the cheeky little devils celebrating their first festive season. Don't miss those stories soon on 7 News. But first, Elisa's back with Sport. Elisa, there might be a Boxing Day bolter for the Aussies.
There could be. Angie, a paceman who hasn't played a test since 2021, has rocketed into contention for a recall. All your Ashes news is next, including the latest on Nathan Lyon's hamstring injury as the Aussies arrive in Melbourne. And the highest scoring game of the NBA season so far, with two Aussies right in the thick of the action.
Tomorrow on Sunrise, we catch up with Star Wars legend Mark Hamill and the cast of the new SpongeBob SquarePants movie.
Plus, how to make delicious canapes with a fun and festive twist.
See you in the morning, Sydney.
In 2026, strap in for the most thrilling chases ever.
In real estate listings, OFP typically stands for open what? Floor plan. Stop the clock.
Hold your breath.
Open for potential. Open fireplace.
Till the very last second.
You've done it, guys. Very well done.
Woo! Experience the thrill of the chase. New in 2026.
Won't you please, please help me, help me.
We've helped Australians for 100 years. Now, we're helping protect and prepare them for the next 100.
Uber to the club and I'm feeling groovy. Can't sing now, just watching a movie.
What you talking about, dog?
Well, I could explain, but wouldn't you prefer to hear it from Shania Twain?
Can't do that if you're driving. Doing the wordles on your phone.
Play a little trombone. Fix your hairdo. Learn kung fu. Show a hyper-realistic tattoo. Make out with a friend. Trombone
Can't do that if you're driving.
Hard work keeping flies off the menu? Try Aeroguard's new UV light trap. Its clever design attracts and traps flying insects 24/7 and is chemical pesticide free. That means less swatting and more living. Trust Aeroguard. Beat pests, protect the rest.
Honda Runout is on now. Drive away in the Honda CR-V. Now from $40,900. Only while stocks last.
The Good Guys early Boxing Day deals are on now. Get this LG fridge $777, $350 off this Hisense 85-inch TV. This soft dishwasher only $388, 50% off this Ninja air fryer. These and more Boxing Day deals at The Good Guys.
Your home is precious, so are the things inside. And keeping them safe shouldn't cost a fortune. Quote and buy your home and contents insurance online with GIO, and you can save 10% on your first year premium. Get a quote today.
Sportsbet presents classic combos like a tennis ball and electrical tape. Tell your story walking barrel or footy photos and sucking it in. And the combo of share houses and losing the bond. But the greatest combinations come together in a same-game multi from Sportsbet, the #1 app for having a crack.
What are you really gambling with? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.
This Sport Report brought to you by Sportsbet, the #1 app for having a crack. What's gambling really costing you?
Jai Richardson has surged into contention to replace Pat Cummins in the Boxing Day test. The Aussie captain is set to be rested, and selectors also need to replace the injured Nathan Lyon. Even at 38, teammates are confident Lyon can fight his way back.
The Aussies rolled into Melbourne late this afternoon with a host of selection issues to ponder ahead of Boxing Day. Among them, who goes out for the returning Steve Smith and who comes in for the injured Nathan Lyon.
Really unfortunate for him. I'm sure it's a tough one to take. He contributed a lot in this test match. I think he's still got that hunger to give more to Australia.
A few sore heads in the Aussie camp this morning. Travis Head led a huge night of celebrations that started in the middle of Adelaide Oval. From True Blue to under the Southern Cross I stand, the so-called worst Aussie team in 15 years sealed the Ashes in 11 days and kept the receipts.
I don't disagree with my comment. I just think that Australia have been relentless and England have been at 20% of their ability.
The staff group, this is as much their Ashes win as is the players. As much as we take the mickey out of Andrew, he's been phenomenal.
Ron Ball beating Baz Ball, a game style and approach that believed it was bulletproof.
I'm sure there'll be plenty of questions asked, and rightfully so. I've been very strong about the conviction we've had in our preparation. Maybe we didn't quite get that right, and I'll acknowledge that.
Even after the massive rethink and left field selections, we've ended up getting exactly what we've had on virtually every other Ashes tour, and that's what disappoints me.
Both teams were disappointed in the use of technology to make decisions in the third test.
The officials use it, right? So why doesn't the ICC pay for it? And why is there not just one across the board? Why don't we use the same technology in all different series?
England still without a win in Australia in 15 years. Another whitewash beckons.
I did say Australia were favourites. I didn't have them down as 3-0 favourites.
Well, we want to win the next two, but to have won the Ashes is always going to be very special.
In Melbourne, Tom Wilson, 7 News.
Matt Kuhneman gets a chance to push his claims to replace Nathan Lyon on Boxing Day when the Heat take on the winless Thunder in Canberra tonight. Theo Doropoulos, Brad Hodge and Damien Fleming are at Manuka Oval.
Well, so much at stake in the early going of the season for the Sydney Thunder. They face the red-hot Heat at Manuka. Damien Fleming, Brad Hodge, already so much at stake for Sydney.
It is. The Thunder have lost their first two games. They've got to win tonight, and I think it's their Pakistan leg-spinning all-rounder superstar, Shadab Khan. He's going to get going tonight.
Well, it's amazing, isn't it, to witness what we saw the other night. Brisbane Heat coming off the biggest run chase in history, 258, I think it was, Theo. And we saw two of the best innings as you will ever see in Matt Renshaw and Jack Wildermuth. They came to a massive party there at the Gabba. Tonight might be the same.
Bit of a different story surface-wise. Flem, how do you think it differs?
I think it's slower and it turns a bit more, so I think spin will play a big factor here tonight.
And Hodgie, you look at the form of the Brisbane Heat, where do they sort of lack?
Well, they need something from Shaheen Shah Afridi, don't they, to open the bowling and get some early wickets. If they don't do that, it's going to be a tough run chase for them here tonight.
Can't wait to see him in action. It is the Thunder and the Heat from Monica. We'll see you after the news.
In Geelong last night, reigning champs, the Hobart Hurricanes hammered the Melbourne Renegades by 7 wickets. Chris Jordan bucked the trend of Englishmen playing poorly out here this summer, taking 4 for 19 with an assist from Fergus O'Neill. Chasing 146, the Hurricanes coasted home with more than 6 overs to spare.
And that is that. Finishes it emphatically, gets to 49 not out.
With 2 wins from 3 games, Hobart are on top of the table. Aston Villa's unexpected title challenge is the story of the Premier League season heading into Christmas, and the man at the heart of it all is Morgan Rogers.
Here he comes, Morgan Rogers inside the United penalty area. That is magnificent.
Wow. Simply magnificent from Morgan Rogers. What a finish.
Rogers scored both goals in a 2-1 win over Manchester United that keeps Villa 3 points behind leaders Arsenal. Aussies Josh Giddey and Dyson Daniels were key figures in highest scoring game of the NBA season so far. Giddey's Chicago Bulls edged out Daniels' Atlanta Hawks 152 to 150.
Giddey for 3. He hits it. Josh Giddey.
Giddey had 19 points, 12 assists and 9 rebounds, 1 short of a triple-double. Hawks star Trae Young thought he was fouled on the final play, but the ref disagreed. A long way from their home in Poland, a group of novice sailors are preparing to get out of their comfort zone at the Sydney to Hobart. The crew of Noah's 2 is made up mostly of amateurs from a local sailing club in Gdynia.
Is anyone on board nervous?
All of us, basically. But it's a positive nervous. You get this adrenaline more and more, and it will give you extra wings, during the race.
Noah's 2 won handicap honours in 2017, 2019 and 2021, racing as Ichiban. And before their Christmas break, the Panthers made a special visit to Nepean Hospital and they came bearing gifts. Even those not quite old enough to understand exactly what was going on had plenty of fun.
Who's your favourite basketball player? Basketball. I don't play basketball, I play football.
The boys also posed for photos and signed plenty of autographs. That's how you spend an off-season.
That is very sweet.
Very cute.
Thank you, Jaleesa.
Thank you.
Well, a Southwest Sydney family is ensuring the Christmas spirit grows every year. Their hard work ending up in living rooms right across the state.
Among rows of fresh pine trees, the smell of Christmas is in the air. On this family farm in Wedderburn, memories are picked, carried and taken home.
Merry Christmas!
For the Harlands, Christmas starts long before the decorations go up. It begins with long days, hard work and years of patience, carefully nurturing each tree until it finds a home.
Clayton, tell us about the art of growing the perfect Christmas tree.
It's just a lot of pruning, really. Every afternoon I just come down and prune.
As families come from all over the state to debate which tree will be the star of their living room.
At this stage we're getting everyone from down at Wollongong, up the north coast, Shell Harbour, and a lot of locals as well.
What's it like for you to see people come down and to pick their tree, carry it home as a family?
Oh, it's so joyous. Even the 16-year-olds who you'd think it was cringe, they're just skipping off with their parents to get their tree.
This is a place where happiness grows taller every year. And right in the middle of it all is a family who wouldn't spend their Christmas any other way.
So beautiful, and you just don't see a sad face all day. It's amazing.
Amy Clemens, 7 News.
Some cheeky little devils have been getting into festive mischief. Tasmanian devil joeys Newey and Rumble are enjoying their first Christmas thanks to conservation organisation Aussie Ark. The 7-month-old brothers are being hand-raised and are thriving. And after all that excitement, there's nothing quite like a nap in Santa's hat. Now, Paul's back with the forecast. Paul, some nice days ahead, but will it last?
Angie, there's plenty of sunshine in the final countdown to Christmas, but there's a change coming on the big day itself. All the details coming up next.
Take off with the stars. Cameron Diaz, Jude Law, Kate Winslet and Jack Black.
Hello.
The Holiday, Christmas Eve on 7.
Imagine you could have the entire world of coffee without limits. With the Ninja Luxe Cafe, that place is your home. Go from bean to almost any brew without the guesswork. Rich and smooth espresso, child's play. Long, rich latte, you've become a barista overnight. Rapid cold brew, faster than a coffee shop queue. Plus a microphone that's so luxurious, it's like sipping a cashmere cappuccino. Get cafe quality drinks without the guesswork with the Ninja Luxe Cafe.
Make everything a prawn cocktail with fresh Australian cooked black tiger prawns, just $27.99 a kilo. Go on, it's Christmas. Aldi, good different.
Uber to the club, not driving tonight. Yeah, back seat so I can do what I like. What you talking about, Tom? Well, I could explain, but wouldn't you prefer to hear it from Shania Twain? Can't do that if you're driving. Doing the riddle on your phone. Play a little trombone. Let's go, friends.
Why would you say it that way?
Let's go, girls. Can't do that if you're driving. Lernen sprechen Sie Dutch. That don't impress me at all. Fancy photo shoot. Making sure my makeup looking real cute. Make a beat, find a place to eat. How about a little beauty sleep? This feels right.
Why is your mustache so itchy?
That's your mustache now. Fix your hairdo, learn kung fu, show a hyper-realistic tattoo, make out with a friend, trombone again.
So exciting.
Can't do that if you can't do that if you drive.
They had the dream.
You're gonna do a Neil Diamond show?
All they needed was each other. Now, Kate Hudson is a Golden Globe nominee for Best Actress.
Song Sunbrill in cinemas January 1.
Cheer natural cheese slices always taste fantastic. Now in refill packs with 80% less plastic. Pop them in a pack, a tub, a toasty. Bring a little cheer for the taste we love the mosty. Bring a little refillable cheer home today.
Shop Target's Big Christmas Gift Guide with hot offers on big brand toys like Lego, Barbie, Hot Wheels and more. Target's Big Christmas Gift Guide must end December 24. T's and C's apply. Shop now and get playtime right on Target.
Yep, in a ditch. And I've attracted quite a crowd.
Oh, don't worry, we'll sort you out.
Nothing like being sideswiped by a cattle truck. Ladies, do you mind? Thankfully, the good people at UE are always ready to help.
Tow truck's on its way.
That was easy.
Trust me, it's not my first rodeo. Or is it rodeo?
At UE, our people make it easy when you need it most. Get comprehensive car insurance that's a bit more U-shaped. UE, you insured.
Big bash action from Monica. Thunder, Heat, Damien Fleming, Brad Hodge. Tonight is massive.
Yeah, Thunder lost the first two games. They've got to win tonight.
And the Brisbane Heat coming off the biggest run chase in BBL history. Renshaw, Wildermuth, unbelievable.
They were incredible, weren't they? Can they continue it tonight? Can the Thunder get off the mark at Monica? We'll see you after the news.
This weather report brought to you by UE, you insured.
Good evening. A humid night giving way to a sunny Monday to kick off the Christmas week. It was around 29 degrees at 4 a.m. this morning, finally getting to a low of 23 at 7. Then this afternoon, the city reached 32 degrees around 2:30, with a top of 34 at Penrith after 4 o'clock, getting to 33 degrees at Parramatta and Cronulla, 32 the high for Campbelltown and Fairfield, with 29 at Manly. In the nation's north, a lingering low with monsoonal trough has been bringing rain to the tropics, extending across parts of Queensland and into northern New South Wales, with isolated storms about the Hunter and mid-north coast, while Tasmania has been copping gusty showers and WA's west has been blasted by hot winds. Closer in tomorrow, as that trough moves north, we're looking at scattered showers along the New South Wales coast, more widespread in the northeast, as a ridge of high pressure keeps things clear in the state's west and south. Tomorrow, across Australia for the capitals, Brisbane, showers increasing with a storm likely and a top of 34 degrees. Sunshine too for Canberra and 28. Melbourne, partly cloudy and a top of 20. Hobart, shower or two and 18. Cloud clearing in Adelaide, heading for a top there of 24 degrees. Getting hot in Perth, looking at 36 degrees, while it's going to be stormy for Darwin with a top of 32. Statewide tomorrow, a shower or two for the south coast and the Illawarra, with showers for the mid-north coast and northern rivers and a possible storm. For Wollongong, a possible shower and 28 degrees. Newcastle could also see a shower and 28. For Sydney tomorrow, it's looking mostly sunny, just the slightest chance of a shower. Southeasterly winds becoming fresh from around midday. Penrith and Bankstown both heading for 35 degrees, 34 at Liverpool, 33 for Parramatta and Camden, with 28 at Mona Vale, Cronulla and Bondi. On coastal waters, variable winds around 10 knots before dawn, becoming southeasterly to 20 knots in the afternoon. For the city tomorrow, a mostly sunny day, light winds becoming fresh southeasterlies around lunchtime, a more bearable 20 degrees overnight before a top of 30. And it's a pretty similar story for Wednesday, mostly sunny and 30 in the city, 35 for the west. But then Thursday, Christmas Day, a bit of a change, cloudy, cooler, and looking at a shower or two, most likely in the morning and afternoon with a top of 24. Staying overcast and in the mid-20s for Boxing Day. But Angie, a nice couple of days ahead to get that last-minute Christmas shopping done.
That's right, and cooler tonight sounds good. Thank you, Paul. That is 7 News for this Monday. We'll have updates for you throughout the evening from all the 7 News team. Hope you have a great night.
Well, cricket comes